Good morning, everyone. Today, me and Harry will introduce conflict and communication styles. Here are five conflict styles and five communication styles. They are avoiding, accommodating, competing, compromising, collaborating. And five communication style is aggressive, passive, defensive, passive aggressive, and assertive. Let's start with five conflict styles. Most people have default styles of handling conflict. These habitual styles work sometimes, but they won't work in all situations. The first conflict style is avoiding. Avoiding means stay away from conflicts physically or conversationally. People may change the topic by joking or denying the problem exists. It always results in lose-lose outcomes. People withdraw conflicts than to face it, and they may give up the relationships than struggling with the disagreements. Such conflicts happen frequently in China. For example, when a couple is going to get married, the woman's side will usually ask for a large amount of bride price. And if the man's side does not agree, the couple will break up.
Here is the accommodating. It is a situation or behavior style which refers to the situation when one agrees with the point by others rather than asserting one's own point of view. So it is the process in which one person they respect the values or the points made by others and they don't pay much attention towards their own point of view. In simple words, it is having low concern for one's own self and high for others. It is the type of lose and win situation. Accommodators plays a vital role in creating effectiveness in the environment, and most of the times it is genuine, then relationships are benefited. So overall accommodating helps in benefiting the relationships if the accommodation performed is genuine.
The second complete style is competing. Competing is the flip side of accommodating. It is a win-lose situation. Competing style people seek to resolve conflicts my way. They high concern for self and low concern for others. Some people compete in either or situation. Either I get what I want or you get what you want. But some competition can enhance relationships. Some couple use competition to enrich their interaction, such as I'm better cooking in my house and my husband is a better dishwasher. If one person tries to get even, a downward competitive spiral that turns into a lose-lose relationship. Power is a distinguished characteristic in win-lose problem solving. There are different types of power. The first is physical. It kind of infers the power, such as parents threaten children. Sometimes I use it if my son doesn't tie up his toys. I won't allow him to watch TV. Authority. It involves coerce, such as Me Too movement points out the workplace oppression. Chinese teachers use authority to coerce students a lot in the last decades. For example, when I was a child, if students don't obey to teachers, they will be punished.
Compromising. It is the type of behavior which promotes understanding and oneness. Compromising refers to finding a point of partial satisfaction among the two sides. It is an effective way to deal with the conflicts as both the sides feel that something is better than losing everything. It's a partial lose-lose situation as both the sides have to compromise at some levels. And I have a recent example of my friend buying a car. So when we went there to buy a car, the prices were too high, but my friend he was asking for lower price, but then after negotiation with the dealer, we just arranged a price which is in between. So in this way, both dealer and my friend, we compromise with them, and both the sides they have partial lose-lose situation.
The last conflict style is collaborating. Collaborating seeks win-win solutions, and collaborators demonstrate a high degree of concern for themselves and others. They try to find solutions that meet everyone's needs. An example during my practicum was my mentor was making cookies for children. Everyone wants to measure flour. They started yelling and pushed each other. My mentor asked each child to measure 1 cup, and others can measure sugar and salt. All the children felt satisfied. Collaborating also improves relationships by reducing tensions between two persons. Being a discussion that identifies the conflict as a problem and seeking solutions that satisfy both themselves and the other person. Let's move to 5 communication styles. Most people have their own way of communication. They interact and deliver different messages with others.
Aggressive. It is the process of describing feelings for others in a harsh way which doesn't take in account the feelings of others that how they might feel. It means reacting or speaking someone in a loud or harsh voice without keeping in concern that how or what they feel. Aggressive communicators often use abusive, name-calling and sarcastic languages, such as use humiliation to control others, criticize, blame or attack others, be very impulsive, speak in a loud, demanding and overbearing voice, act threateningly and rudely, interrupt frequently, not listen well and use you statements.
The second communication style is passive. Passive communication is a style in which individuals have developed a pattern of avoiding expressing their opinions or feelings, protecting their rights, and identifying and meeting their needs. I think I'm a passive communicator. An example were during my practicum, usually 12 o'clock for the most busy time. Sometimes I read a book for children and help them to wash their hands and prepare their lunch, and sometimes I missed 10 minutes for my break time. My mentor told me that you should go for a break. This is your right. You don't need to wait. So, as a result, passive individuals do not respond overtly to hurtful or anger inducing situations. Instead, they allow grievances and annoyances to mount, usually unaware of the build-up. But once they have reached their high tolerance threshold for unacceptable behavior, they are prone to explosive outbursts, which are usually out of proportion to the triggering incident. After the outburst, however, they may feel shame, guilt, and confusion, so they return to being passive.
Defensive. Defensiveness is the way of communication in which one feels targeted and pointed always. In response to it, people react defensively because they feel a threat from the environment around them. Reciprocal cycle is created from this kind of behavior, and if it continues for a longer period, then it's difficult to get rid of it. Some main factors are like dogmatism, lack of accountability, controlling reaction, and guarding information. So, here, dogmatism is whenever we start distributing our things that this is mine and this is yours, and mine is right and yours is wrong. When these kind of things happen, then it's natural to be a defensive in the nature. And then lack of accountability is when a person is not able to keep record of all the things they are doing and they are self puzzled with themselves. And the next is controlling reaction and guarding information. It means that when the persons they are having no control over the reaction, or whenever they listen something they react in a harsh or a strong tone. And the other is guarding information. Guarding information is whichever information one should have, they have to guard it properly. Otherwise, if they will not guard it, then they can speak their information in front of anyone, and which can cause harm to the feelings of others.
The next is passive aggressive communication. It is a style in which individuals appear passive on the surface but are really acting out anger in a subtle, indirect, or behind the scenes way. People who develop a pattern of passive aggressive communication usually feel powerless, stuck, and resentful. In other words, they feel incapable of dealing directly with the object of their resentments. Instead, they express their anger by subtle, undermining the object, real or imagined, of their resentment. This kind of communication may occur in workplace when people collaborate together. People may have different opinions do the same work. The passive aggressive people may say, "Sure, we can do things in your way." then mutters to self that your way is stupid.
Assertive. Assertiveness is a smart way of communication style. It refers to the ability of standing up for your own rights while also respecting the rights of others and understanding them. It is one of the best quality for running a smooth relationship and creating understanding among the two sides. These are some ways through which assertiveness is shown in the relationships, and the first one is talking openly and honestly about your feelings. Second is being grateful. Third is admitting your mistakes and apologizing for them. And the final one, and which is most important, is listening to your partner and making efforts to understand his or her point of view. So, I have an example for assertive communication style that when I was new in Canada, at that time I was having a lot of difficulty in communication or in living with my sister and my friends. But now, as I grew up and I learned a lot of things, I have a assertive nature well grown in me, and I always stand up for my own rights, and I also respect the others and and try to understand them up to maximum level so that any kind of conflict can be rejected and we can live peacefully and happily. So this is assertive.